Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another session of Rise of the Ordning. Welcome on in. If you are hanging out and watching in chat, make sure to grab your bingo card, because we are playing bingo tonight. Exclamation point bingo. And if you are hanging out and watching on YouTube on Saturday, hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well, too. So
you missed bingo. Feel bad.
You missed bingo, I guess. Come and join us next week, Wednesday, for more bingo. But just yeah, I think that's my, normal announcement, so we are going to dive right on into things right away. So, we are back with Session 10 of Rise of the Ordning. Last we left off, the group continued their quest to gather a giant relic for each of the rebelling giant lords, so that they can present them to the Oracle at the Eye of the Allfather for information on their quest. The easiest relics to gather are long-forgotten ones that the barbarian tribes have stolen to keep their ancient burial sites, superstitiously believing it will draw more energy from the god they worship. Traveling to the wild north, where the barbarian tribes reside, the group stopped a small village from being pillaged by hill giants, and then continued to Raven Rock, where they found their first two relics. Narrowly escaping what they assumed to be a pack of werewolves, they made camp for the night, fortunately unbothered. You wake now, a new dusting of snow on the ground as you leave your hollowed-out hill at dawn. The sky is relatively cloudy and there is a crisp smell in the air. You may be out of trouble presently, but you're unsure whether or not the tribe realized your theft and if they will continue pursuing. So, team, what would you like to do?
Well, we got any other bright ideas?
Keep going.
Yeah. May we see the map, DM?
You may see the
No.
map.
I will press the digits. Wait. I know I won't. I don't have minor illusion. Fuck.
Honestly, using minor illusion to showcase a map is one of the best uses for minor illusion. So this is kind of our zoomed in map of Vitherfold. You guys had left here and gone to Ulvern, and then you had gone to Raven's Rock, and it is about an 8 to 9 day journey to Morgar's Mound. So, you guys did kind of go straight south a tiny bit, and then we're gonna cut this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we still want to do the Pass Without Trace and everything? How are we feeling?
Sorry. Ravashi is he's eating food, aka I'm eating food. And he's not so impolite to talk while he chews. I mean, probably a good idea for a little bit, right?
I agree.
I mean, at least so that way they might be able to shake them off our tail.
Alrighty.
Or deter them enough that even if they are still pursuing, that they give up, that they might not be able to hunt us down, and that they presume we have left the area quickly enough.
Usually there's a point where the hunter has to give up the hunt at some point, just not because there is a point to whether it's even worth continuing or not.
Exactly. And we did steal important relics, so I feel like doing it for a bit longer makes sense.
Alrighty. Well, I've got energy realistically without wasting my higher, everything. I could do that 3 times, so let's move quickly.
Right.
Am I allowed back onto the broom? I have decent running, but I'm not like these two.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we need to be in a flat-out run, though. At least not yet.
Okay.
I would offer a hand handspring, but I don't think that's very useful currently.
Sometimes you just need to hammer out a handspring. Alrighty. So as you guys are going, we are going to kind of contribute the same way. However, I'm going to have someone roll a d20 every morning to see what happens. Just because you essentially have possibly invited pursuit is the best way to put that. So today you are fine. I already rolled, and you guys can kind of get going on your general survival and how you're going to travel throughout this. And I will keep in mind your pass without traces. So, Tazira, are you going to lead in the kind of tracking the stars and keeping everybody on track map-wise again?
If anybody wants me to, absolutely.
The best at it.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll whatever survival, I think is what we decided on last time. And then if everybody would like to roll some sort of check to kind of contribute like we did last time. So, if you are helping out with hunting, if you are doing your intimidation to keep people on track, Nix, whatever you would like to roll, go ahead and pick something and roll, and we're going to add it up.
Beautiful. I will take Mipet's help.
Okay.
I'm going to replace that with my 14.
Okay. So 14 plus...
5, so 19.
Okay. Sounds good. Smart, because that one's times 2.
DM would...
If you want to add on your bardic to one thing, Ravasi, you can.
I will add a bardic to that.
Okay. And Tazira, don't forget your guidance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will guidance myself, and then what's your bardic, Ravasi?
D6.
E6, gotcha. So that makes a 22, a 24.
Okay.
Much better.
And then what were you asking, Komori?
I was going to ask if I could potentially argue using athletics instead of survival for hunting?
Is it less of tracking things down and more of like the sprint for things is what you're arguing?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll allow that.
I am imagining Komori seeing a rabbit and just like pouncing on it.
Well, also, I mean, you are in this trying not to be pursued aspect right now. And so you using athletics to like help carry people or carry more things so that you can move faster makes sense in my brain too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's go! 24.
Beautiful. Nix, what would you like to do? How would you like to contribute over the next 8 to 9 days?
Yeah, I'll just try and keep people on task because they have ADHD, every single one of them.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
I also have ADHD right now.
Perfect. Oh no. Nix is distracted. Okay, Ravasi, how are you contributing here?
I'm thinking. I think because I have the very obvious answer, which is like trying to keep people's spirits up and focused. So it's kind of like how like when you play music when you work out, the workout goes faster and like you stay on track more. That's like the easy answer, right, for a bard. But if you want to roll for that. But Ravasi's also kind of thinking about, like, is there a way I could somehow, like, would it be worth him trying to, like, set false trails, but then, like, he doesn't really know how to do that.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I think I think he's trying to keep people's spirits up.
Okay.
And especially with Nyx not being, kind of being a little more lax right now, I think he's, going a little more ham. He's feeling a little bit better about himself now that he and Tazira's, in his mind, made up.
Mhm.
Would you like a performance from me, DM?
Sure. Performance is great.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay. So, together you all got 101, which is a resounding success. So, over the course of these 8 days, and it will take you only 8 days to get there, you will be on track, you will be traveling correctly, and you will not get lost. So, kudos on that. However, we are going to go for a couple of days, and then we will see what happens there and if you guys are tracked down. So, we're going to make a little bit of a mini game of this, but before we do that, I do have a question. Is there anything that you wish to do as you are traveling through this tundra, and kind of back into the a little bit more foresty, autumny forest hills?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
No.
Is anybody maintaining attunement to the giant artifacts you dug up?
Forgot that was a thing we could do.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
you did identify both of them, but
Kamor, do you want to use any of these? I mean, the club might suit ya.
reminder that the Great Club is essentially just a magical weapon unless you run into any dragons, and then it will deal an additional damage to dragons.
And then what does the ring do?
The ring seems to have several charges left, but once they are expended, they are done. And you can either conjure minor elementals, which is only like fire elementals, or you can use fire shield.
I'll try that out.
Okay. I don't have an item for this, so I'm just gonna send this to you.
Okay.
So just remember that you have one of your attunement slots until you get to the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see him one morning, go, I'm gonna try out that ring. It looked interesting. And he loses the attunement, and you see the tattoos that he mostly keeps covered, like beautiful calligraphy, pool out, and like out of his palm shoots a needle, and he catches it, sticks it in a little vial, and puts it in his bag.
Oh.
It's very useful.
Looks it. Well, best of luck with the ring.
Mm-hmm. Note that I am attuned, DM.
Okay. Do you want the club, Kamori? Honestly, it's not gonna do much for you unless you end up fighting a dragon. But you do need attunement.
She's gonna sit there and think for a moment, just go. I'll be honest, I'm not really one for just using stuff like that, but I mean, I guess on the off chance we somehow run into a dragon.
I mean, I'm pretty chill with all the dragons that are supposed to be around.
Would it make you feel better if I took it and used it anyway, so that way, in case something happens, we can at least say we have it?
Just wondering, Kamori, you know how some things resist, like, damage from, like, normal attacks? Are your... I know some people are powerful enough that, like, their fists are considered to be magical, imbued with magic power. Are your claws like that?
As far as I can tell, every part of me can tear through anything that even resists that sort of thing. So
Oh, beautiful. I
good
suppose.
on that front.
Okay, so you are telling me that you don't
Mechanically, yes, correct.
mechanically, yes. Okay, cool. That's what he was asking because he was going to be like, well, maybe hold it on to you just in case we run into something, and you're like, okay, time to whack.
Nope, I got that at level 6.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, with that decision made and the club remaining in the bag, unless Nyx wants to switch to a gigantic great club, but I don't think she wants to swap out her scythe.
She does not.
You guys continue. So we're entering into a little bit of a mini game here. You have 8 days. The first day goes uneventfully, but for each of these upcoming days, I need one of you to roll a d20, and the DC gets higher the further you go.
Oh no. I should start then.
Okay.
Yep, DM say, I'm going to be using my 3 second level spell slots every morning to pass without trace.
Okay. For the sake of things, I will say that extends. I have that in mind.
Beautiful.
Okay. So, I would like each of you to roll, everybody's gonna essentially roll
Twice?
Twice, yeah, because it's gonna be about 9 days. So, let's start, if you want to start with Sly, you absolutely can.
Just a flat D20?
Flat d20.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, you are good. Shorty, why don't you go next?
Ignore that.
Oh.
That's
It's a
only
D- Wait,
a
that's a
D2.
D2.
That's a D2.
It's a little better.
Okay, day 2 passes just fine. Komori, go ahead.
I'm scared. I'm not scared.
Day 4, technically, I was doing my math wrong, passes just fine.
Ah! I'm going to replace that with my 8.
It's technically a different day, DM.
So, this isn't... What's the wording on port?
I
You get
believe it every day.
Because,
Yeah, you
well,
get-
no, I
you
know
get-
that. I'm saying, what can you replace?
Any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. Never mind.
This is not an ability check. This is technically a luck check. However, because of your pass without a trace, you just managed to make it. The DC was a 2
Oh,
for this day. Okay. Sly, roll again.
Oh. Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay, Shorty, I think, was next. Okay, you are good. Komori, you are next.
Oh, goody goody. Fuck.
Okay, you are good. And then last but not least, Zari. Okay, and you cannot replace this. So on the last day, as you are getting closer to kind of where you know the area to be, and you are actually, yeah, let's do this. This is interesting. So you're about a day off. You know that you'll either reach there super late tonight, or like if you rest a little bit away and like finish the next morning. And as you are going, you cross the hills of the west branch of the Forge Peaks is what this kind of I guess it's a T-shaped mountain ridge is called. But as you are crossing like the tiniest little bit of it right here, you begin to come across a interesting, wrong thing, hold on. You come across a very charred wooden remains and the crumbly stone chimney of an inn that was burned down by brigadins many, many years ago. There's a scorched wind sign that's cut in the shape of a fox head that still hangs about the blackened door frame, with the inn's name, the Sly Fox, all but obliterated in fire. And then there's an overgrown road that's branching southern that you guys would know goes into, probably heads down towards the city down here. But as you are kind of walking through here and walking past this inn, you hear, to Zyra specifically, you hear a clutter in the inn coming from within.
I will start to back up, guys. There's something in there.
Well, if we give a wide berth, we ignore it.
Uh-huh.
Can I like sense anything almost in the air just to see if I like God forbid smell if it's like the things that have been chasing us?
Make a perception check.
That's fair.
I don't think you have any scent bonus.
No.
Maybe in the future.
Granted, I am more or less water based, so
Yeah.
weird.
But with a 21, as you are kind of like sniffing around, and looking, you actually see, it's less of a smell and more of a see, but you see kind of in the windows as Ravasi and Tazira are like looking for a way around and Nyx is checking around to make sure it's not an ambush from behind. You see in the window just like a small head pop up and all you see is eyes, and like a little dagger, and then pops back down. It looks to be like a kid.
I mean, it looks like a scared child in there. At least has a dagger, so I mean...
Komori, from the little you saw, like, absolute rat's nest of black hair. There's, like, twigs in it. Like, absolutely a, child. Just a feral child.
Oh.
Alright, I'm going in. Cover me. And Komori's just gonna start walking in.
It's just a child, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm going in.
Children can be dangerous.
I mean, I used to be a child.
You're dangerous.
I probably was then and I am now. That's what I mean.
I
Look, if any of you went in, that it's more likely to hurt you than it is me. Would you rather a child or a teenager?
I was more saying we could just ignore the child and move on. But got your back.
Yep.
All right, and Komori is going to enter.
Okay, you enter. It is a absolutely destroyed inn. Half of the ceiling is caved in, and you definitely are not going to be able to go up onto the second floor. And you see like the sky above you. It looks like completely destroyed in here. And as you kind of walk around towards the area where you saw the kid in the window, you turn and what looks to be this kid has made a nest out of the area. So they've cleared out a whole bunch of stuff. There's like a pile of blankets and sheets, and there seems to be there's kind of like a fire pit off to the side. It looks like the kid is tanning a couple hides, and you see him kind of like standing there frozen, just staring at you. Looks to be maybe 12, like a very scrawny 12 or like a 9.
All right. I'm gonna do the quick run through. No, we're not here to hurt you. More so checking in to make sure you were okay. If anything, we're just passing through.
Um,
I get it. The whole appearance is a little much. I get it.
as you look at him closer, I'm gonna carry over your perception check. You notice that what you kind of like thought was like he cocks his head at you, and what you kind of thought was like massive black hair, you see little ears, like bear-like ears poking out of it, as well as the hair continues down his back. This is a barbarian child.
Oh.
And he looks at you kind of in amazement and goes, like me?
I'm so glad no one else is here, and because Komori's jaw kind of just drops. And just... Yes.
He starts to chatter in a language that you do not know. And
Oh no.
as he's like talking really fast, he like notices that you're not keeping up or answering his questions, and then he kind of stops and goes, "No speak, Bothi?
No.
Tribe?
No.
Black Bear tribe," he points at himself.
I'm going to signal to just be like, generally just be like, hold moment. Friends.
He looks a little bit wary.
And just goes, not like us, but good.
Are you like motioning for them to come join?
I am going to, I'm not going to motion. I want to make sure he understands what I'm doing before I go out very quick.
Okay, yeah, he nods.
Okay, I am going to go outside. And is there even a door on this thing or no?
No, not really.
Okay. I am going to go outside and go to Zyra.
Uh-huh.
You have a spell that helps understand languages, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got comprehend languages.
Can you do that on other people? Like, can you have it so all of us can understand?
I can't. I'm sorry. It's only on myself.
Okay.
Same.
I'm only asking because his common is not that good.
Oh.
And he speaks a different language that, and you're seeing for a moment she's like, she is softened a bit from this, and she just goes, he's from one of the barbarian tribes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, we gotta check if he's meant to be here or if he got. We gotta check.
That's why I need your help with this, especially.
Give
We can
me.
all- yeah.
I will hand over a pack of rations to Komori, and then I will sit down and start ritual casting comprehend languages.
You want me to
Just-
join you? Would you like?
You can join,
Would you?
but I'm going to tell you right now, he's probably not going to understand exactly what we're saying. And
That's
just
okay.
just be, it's just easier to go in slow, but sure. Right?
Mhm.
No quick sudden things, otherwise he may react in a way we're not expecting.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I am trained in telepathy.
Okay. That's fine.
You guys like kind of look back and he's watching through the window, like very curiously.
And
Waves.
yeah, but yeah,
He
it's
waves
just like,
back. And then he glowers, like, and he looks confused that he waved.
it's the natural reaction of things.
Mhm.
All right. Nyx, did you want to come inside, or are you going to wait here with Tazira?
I'll stay here until Tazira goes in.
Actually, that's probably for the best anyway. So that way we don't get fully separated.
Yep, I'm a thinking bitch, thank you very much.
My favorite kind, because I can't think.
Oh my god.
We
Wait.
can think in this party?
Yes.
I am also doing comprehend languages because he is currently thinking Tazira. Very intelligent. Not always the best at convincing.
Valid.
Yeah, after I am done with that, I will just kind of get up, brush myself off. Alrighty.
All right. And I will lead the way for everyone else to come in. And I will go. Friends.
Are you holding like the bag of rations?
Yes.
And
I will do so in like an offering sort of way.
Okay. He grabs it and then he like straight up feral child scuttles back to kind of his corner and starts digging through it.
Bless him.
I will. Don't panic. You'll hear me inside.
He cocks his head at you.
I will connect to his mind. Hi there. I'm Tazira. I can understand you fully in here.
He looks so confused and he goes, "You can understand Bothy in head?"
Yes, and outside of head now.
Okay. I don't speak common very well.
That's okay. Are your parents nearby?
He, by the way, does not understand that he can just reply in his head, so he's speaking out loud in the language. So he goes, "No, I don't need my parents. I don't want to be with them."
Oh, I'm sorry. Were they mean?
They weren't mean, but my brothers and sisters were very mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be pretty hard making everything and living here alone.
No, there's lots of rabbits, and there's birds that come by, and there's water just like 10 minutes that way, and he like kind of points up into the hills a little more. It's way better.
You are very smart and resourceful.
Yes.
He nods.
What is your name?
Orok.
How do you spell that, DM?
Orok. And he is like absolutely disgusting, covered in soot, covered in grime. Like, Ravasi, you're 110% sure you saw a flea jump out of his hair.
I'm standing like a good 10-15 feet back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And in part, it on like initial look, it's like, oh, you tried to give the kid space, but like,
Gross.
And then he kind of like he stops. He was like kind of eating one of the jerky pieces, and he pulls out his knife, and it's like super rusty, definitely covered in like dry blood still, and goes, "You're not going to bring me back, right?"
What's wrong back home?
My older brother beat me a lot.
Oh.
And your parents didn't do anything about it?
No.
That's cruel.
Said it gave me character, so I just left. Obviously, I had enough character to live by myself. He looks like so proud of himself.
Tazira's eyes look so watery right now.
I am side glancing to Zyra hard. And then I'm side glancing Komori.
Despite the fact that she is relatively hardened, Komori is feeling very, you could see she's very softened with him.
I'm looking over at Nyx.
Why y'all look so sad?
He doesn't look sad. He's giving you like a, I think we're about to be adding someone to the party, and I don't think of like a please don't say yes to this.
I mean, I don't want to take you back somewhere where you're gonna get hurt. That's for sure. Would you like me to clean any of your stuff? I can do it real easy.
He looks confused. Is something wrong with it?
No, but it'll make it work better. A clean knife cuts easy.
He holds it out.
I will cast Prestidigitation on it.
He does not give it to you, but he'll hold it out.
Yeah.
And then he looks absolutely amazed by the magic, and he goes, "Are you a shaman?"
Not quite, but I am very studied. Have you ever seen those people who sometimes wear leaves or fur and walk the tundra and look at the stars?
He looks really confused. Where's the tundra?
Up north. And I will kind of point.
Oh, I didn't go that far.
Oh, that's fair. It's hard living up there. I study the stars and the future.
He nods. But he doesn't fully understand, but he's trying to.
See, now you can see your blade. You can see if it's sharp or not.
He, touches it. And is, not sure if it's sharp or not. And then he looks back at you, Komori, and in broken common again says, "You have no tribe?"
No.
Loose
I
tribe?
don't.
Like Orok?
I don't really know. Just always been alone.
My tribe all... And then he, motions to his ears and, does, a barrier symbol on the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, "You," and then he, makes his hands to, mimic your ears.
This is actually the first time you actually see Komori chuckle a bit, so, do with that what you will.
Oh.
That's about right.
Other tribe... see... And he, thinks really, really hard for a moment. Seen... Elk tribe. And he, he had to say elk in his head, or out in the other language to Zyra.
Mm-hmm. I will translate that over to Komori.
Tribes all... And then he, slips back into the language. Types of animals. Animal tendencies.
Tazira, can you ask him how many tribes that he knows of?
Absolutely. Do you know how many tribes there are, Orok?
You watch as he, tries to count on his fingers, and he gets to about 3, and then he starts over, and then he gets confused and shakes his head, and he goes, no.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
So probably at least 3. Just good to have a bit of an idea of what we're actually doing in that regard. I didn't think there were that many, though.
He points at himself and goes, Orak, and then he points at you, Komori.
And she just goes, Komori.
He kind of, like, walks over to you. And as he walks a little bit like a monkey, so kind of, like, low to the ground, right, using one of his, hands. And then he'll, like, stand to his full length. And he'll go, sharpen, and he'll hold out his dagger to you.
I'm just gonna turn to Zari and just go, I think I'm having a bit of a conflict here.
Which is?
Part of me wants to take him with us.
I will turn to
the other part of me knows that is not a good idea.
It's not. I don't know anywhere that we could get him that's safe other than... I don't even know anywhere that's safe.
Orak's little head pops around from behind Komori. He can, like, tell what you're talking about him.
Are you sure that you're safe up here and that you're going to be able to survive when the winter comes?
He was, like, emphatically nodding, and then you said winter, and then he grimaces.
We are travelers. If you wanted to tag along, we could keep you safe until you find some bed somewhere, but I'm not sure if you want to. If you don't want to leave, maybe we could help shore up this place a little bit for you. I can dig out something underground so you can be a bit warmer.
He, like, looks back up at Komori. And he's kind of just, like, looking at you for guidance.
And she is going to kneel down to him and go, we are going to be in a lot of danger.
Warrior. He nods.
Yes, but there is time and place for that.
He nods again. He goes, like hunt. Watch. Wait. Know when. And then he, like, starts stabbing something.
Oh, my spleen!
Not you.
Mimicking stabbing, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah. If you come, and she thinks for a moment, because she knows what she's about to say, and she's having a hard time almost saying it. I can help teach.
He looks so excited.
We can help teach.
He looks so excited. And actually, as you're, like, kneeling down, he, like, throws his arms around your neck and hugs you.
I don't know if everyone can actually see my face when this happens, but for the sake of things, we'll say everyone does. Komori looks ready to burst in tears. And she's just having a hard time with that right now. And she's just going to go, the important thing is keeping you safe.
He nods. Safe. Like hunt.
Yes, but
Somewhat.
the things that we're facing giants and people like shamans who have magic. So you must be very careful and very smart. And when we say run, you run and you hide well.
He like grins. Hide.
And Komori is just going to look at him and go, no shame in run or hide.
He shakes his head like he agrees with you.
Okay. Because she just goes, honor means nothing if you are dead.
He looks like he's committing that to memory.
Live to survive.
Survive.
Yes.
He kind of like breaks away from this moment and he points at you, Tazira, and he goes, points at you, and then he goes, Orak.
Tazira. Ta.
Ta.
Zai.
Zai.
Ra.
Rar.
Yes.
Perfect. And then he points at you, Ravasi.
Ravasi looks so fucking conflicted right now. Ravasi.
Vasi.
Sure. I'm sorry, did you two just adopt a child?
And Komori is just going to go, look, I know this was not the intention.
Mm-hmm.
But, look, I, from what bits of pieces I can remember, I somehow was essentially an orphan on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was a time I did have a bit of a family. I don't know when or what that was about. But I just primarily remember living on the streets. He is in much worse condition than just the streets. Yes, I can see he can take care of himself.
But it's autumn. It's a season of plenty right now, Ravasi. This is like the easiest ethics question in any magical class.
Magic classes have ethics?
Uh-huh.
Of course we have ethics.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look over at Nyx. What does Nyx seem to be thinking?
Nyx, unlike Ravasi, is totally unconflicted, and she ignores the kid and looks at Tazira and Komori. Absolutely miserable call by you two, and I will walk out.
You're not even going to follow up as to why that is, or
No, if y'all cared, you would have asked before you made the call, so.
Again, easiest answer in Ethics 101.
Is to take the lost child back to his family. I agree.
Not where he's gonna get beat.
Okay, they're barbarians. They show love differently than normal people, Tazira.
If they were showing love in a way that was socially acceptable, their child would still be with them.
Okay, because showing love to a child is taking him. By the way, we're maybe 3 days out from being hunted by werewolves, lest you forget. Now we're taking him to another place. Who knows what's gonna be there? I mean, I'm just saying, miserable call all around. You guys fucked that up.
I will make a bit of a face, but not reply.
And Nyx will exit.
Auroch just kind of looks up at you, Komori, confused.
I'm just gonna turn to Ravasi. Well, I apologize for then not asking the both of you. And you see she even grimaces saying she apologizes and just like...
Uh-huh.
Just... Look, I see myself in him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It's different when you're born a certain way, and I don't know if I even can say I was. But if I can at least prevent another something of me happening like that, then maybe I can say I did something right. So, I'm sorry that I decided to just barrel on ahead with it. If you have much of an issue with it as Nyx does, that's fine. And it doesn't even have to be permanent.
He turns to you, Ravasi, and goes, I fight and hide. Hunt. Get rabbit for you. And angry lady.
Ravasi's just kind of like looking between everyone. He's kind of not sure what to say is the best way to explain it. Like this is completely flabbergasted him. He's just kind of looking back and forth. It's a child.
I'm man. He puts his hands on.
You're like 9.
9?
Age?
Seasons?
Seasons.
No. 12. And he nods.
That I'd want to say that about Drax.
Komori?
Yeah.
Are you doing this for you? Or him?
In some
And
ways,
he's got
maybe a little bit of both.
Okay. And he's got like a really odd look in his eye.
Because I get what the normal thing would be. Yes, I get it. In probably normal cases, Nyx would be right, where return him to his family, but we don't even know where they are.
I'm not returning kids somewhere where they're going to be hurt and where their parents won't do anything.
Can't take me back. Won't make me. I run. He looks like angry. I live here if no want me. And he like pouts a little.
If it's too dangerous, we find a place for him to stay safely.
Maybe
okay?
With the guild, maybe with the guilds.
I agree.
I've never worked with the guilds before, but
I know I at least have. And if we get to a town that at least has a guild contact, we can maybe get in touch and
tell Nyx
make sure he has a...
then. Tell Nyx that he stays as long as we can get him somewhere safe.
I like that answer.
That's fine. I'm not, like I said before, I was already conflicted already because of how what we're dealing with.
He can't stay with us. Not where we're going, but we can.
I know.
We can get him somewhere safe.
That's more so what I was thinking, to make sure. Because I guess in their tribe, it's survival of the fittest of some sort, but there is a point to where there needs to at least be a little bit of empathy. If anything, that's the one thing that separates us from monsters.
I agree.
Okay then. You should, Komori, you should go talk to Nyx about that then. And we will, he kind of like steps closer to the child and like takes a step back when he sees a flea jump. We can help him clean up and collect things.
All right, that's fine. I will talk to Nyx then. Just don't be. I will try to be civil about it as best I can.
As Komori steps out, Auroch is like watching her go, and like you can tell that he's like absolutely hero worships Komori in the like flat 10 minutes that he's known her. And then he like looks back at you, and Ravasa, you see another flea like jump out of his hair.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get started on that. Auroch, let's get you cleaned up for traveling. And make sure that you stay healthy.
He nods a little, like looking confused. Healthy?
When you have lots of dirt on you, it's harder to tell when you have small scrapes, and other insects that carry bad things might be attracted. So it helps keep you healthy.
He looks confused, like that's never been taught to him, but he looks like eager to learn. So he'll absolutely let you clean him up. You guys can do so using prestidigitation. That spell does quite a bit, so I'll say that helps a lot. Once his hair is cleaned, you manage to like comb it out. He's got pretty long hair. And two very absolutely adorable, like, bear ears, and then the hair, like, kind of continues down the back of his back.
Do you want me to braid your hair, Auroch?
He nods.
Tiziro will begin doing some very proficient braids. She is used to this.
Beautiful. Okay, Komori, you walk outside to Nyx.
Look, Nyx. I am sorry about all that. I will admit, I jumped the gun on this. But it's not like he is a permanent mainstay. We're gonna find
That's nice and all, but what about his family, Komori?
What about his family?
Well, his family certainly might have loved him just because they wanted him to be tougher and thought that was a way to toughen him up does not mean they don't. So to hijack a runaway child just rubs me the wrong way, without knowing anything other than, by the way, a child's side of the story.
Really, granted, we don't know how long he's been out here for, but from what I can tell, it looks like it had been a while.
What's the relevance to that point, Komori? A runaway child's been out for a while. That doesn't mean the family hasn't missed him and wanted him back and searched for him the whole time.
Granted, yes, we don't know where exactly their tribe is. But at this point, if they were really that concerned, they would have been out looking for him.
Yeah, my point is, how do you know they're not, Komori?
And how do you know that they are?
I don't. I just disagree with hijacking a child when you know nothing about the other side of the story.
And he's made it very clear he doesn't want to go back.
He's a child,
You
Komori.
can't bring a horse to water and can't make it drink.
You literally can take a horse to water, and it will literally drink when it's thirsty.
Look, the point is that you can't force a horse to drink if it doesn't want to.
Okay, so you're totally okay hijacking a kid, Komori. Wait, and you have no idea what's going on. I mean, do you even have a good reason for it? You just felt like it?
Yes, Nix, because I felt like out of all the things we could do today, I'd say, let's just bring a child on. No. I do this because I see part of myself in him. Kid who was lost and scared in this fucking world.
Yeah, where's the safest place for a kid? Home. What's your plan if it's not if he's not gonna stay in the party? You're just gonna randomly leave him with people you don't know, he doesn't know? You think he's gonna be okay with that? You think he's gonna be loved and cared for the way that a real family can love and care for a child?
Well, I wouldn't know because I can barely remember my own family. How about
Well,
you?
that's nice that you can at least remember them a little, Kamor. Your sob story has no weight here, buddy. At night for years, the only feeling that could make me fall asleep was hoping that my family at least missed me. But I never met them, so I don't know. But I bet that family misses that young boy. Wouldn't you miss your son or daughter if they went missing? No matter how you treated them? And yeah, maybe you find them and they treat him badly, and that's a different story. But without knowing anything, it's just a hijacking, and it rubs me the wrong way.
So you're saying if you were abused day in and day out and you ran away and people brought you back?
Komori, how do you even know he's abused? Maybe he's a big old softy, and his brother pushed him down once or twice. We have no idea, Komori. You're just it's a child side of the story.
And you know what else I've learned? Children are more prone to telling the truth than adults tend to.
They're way more prone to over-exaggeration also.
So what would you have us do? Just let him leave here and then we just don't think about it the entire time?
No, if you had asked me, I would have said let's see if we can figure out his family thing. If we can't, then sure, let's take him somewhere safe. But if we can, we should look into returning him to his family who might love and miss him. I mean, you guys just feel something and think the first thought that comes to your mind and you act on it, all three of you, and it's crazy because Tazira is literally a wizard. You'd think she would think it through.
And you can see at this point Komori is trying to hold herself together. And just...
I mean, you look upset, Komori. I'm not sure why. This is how I feel about it. I'm not gonna change it, clearly. You guys have made this call. You have decided that this... I mean, you have given this kid a promise and a hope. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna sit around and act like I'm okay with your crazy-ass spur-of-the-moment decisions. It's ridiculous of you to think I would. So be as mad as you want about it, but...
Well, I'm sorry you don't know your family, just in some ways that I don't know mine. And I'm sorry that you have it worse in that regard, and hopefully one day you can find them.
Okay.
And she's just going to turn around.
Okay, goodbye. See you later.
And just head back. And
to Zyra and Ravasi, is there any conversation that you guys wish to have, or anything that you want to be like paying attention to as you braid or Rock's hair?
Actually, yeah. Ravasi is has been kind of like using Mage Hand to kind of like help him collect like what stuff he wants. And while he's doing so, Ravasi goes, "So, why do you hate your family so much?"
Older brothers beat me lots. And call me names. And parents didn't care. Ran away for 3 days, didn't care. Came back, got beat, and ran away.
Gonna look over at Tazira.
You actually see in her eyes, like, other than the time that she snapped at you, and even then, it wasn't really there. Like, there is an actual anger in her eyes as she is braiding this kid's hair.
Oh no, I'm about to make it worse. Tazira, make a medicine check as you're like seeing this kid clean.
Oh god. 11?
Okay, it's pretty easy to tell his nose is a little crooked. And you can tell that like there's like a pretty gnarly scar on one of his shoulders.
Yeah, it's like there is a moment where like she has to untense her hands while she is braiding. There is a very true quiet anger in her eyes. And actually, Ravasi, you're gonna hear in your head, and this is the first time she's telepathically connected to you.
Mm-hmm.
Next time she wants, you can say what you want. I'm not sorry.
I'm just internalizing some things right now, I think.
That's fair. No kid deserves to be beat. Kids deserve to grow up in safe places where their parents care about them and are interested in them and make sure that they grow into good and happy people. It's not fair and it's not right and it's not balanced for that not to happen. And this is all in your head. She is not saying this out loud.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I can't sit by and let fairness happen. That's not right.
Orak?
He's like fully stuffing his face with the rations and he looks up at you and like nuts fall out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna like lean down to look him, like crouch down to like look him in the eye. Orak, I want you to be incredibly, incredibly honest with me.
He nods and like swallows.
So any chance is there any chance that this is an issue and your parents do want you back and that we should bring you back? I am not saying we're going to, but I need to make sure. Family is everything.
You have comprehend languages, right?
Yes, I've got that up.
Okay. So he kind of like thinks really hard and you see like his brain is whirring and then he like looks at Tazira like, can you translate? And he like says that in the language.
I can understand you.
He nods. He goes, moons ago met Wolf Tribe. And Wolf Tribe treats all like family. Bear Tribe No. Greatest survive. Do not care.
Sounds so bad, but I want to insight check this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so bad.
No,
So I'm hoping
it's in
I'm
character.
he has a -2. Oh, he's so bad at reading people because he's never needed to before.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'll give you this. Like, this is a very earnest kid. The only doubt you have is in the language barrier. But, like, he's very earnest, and he's very, like, a little excitable, and he's, like, very intent with his words.
Okay. Okay. No. I trust you.
He
That
grins.
you're telling the truth. And that your family is too terrible to go back to.
He nods. And he'll point at his shoulder and he'll go, "Brother stabbed me with, rock many times."
Alright then. I'm gonna go talk to the others. And I'm going to start heading out to, where Komori and Nyx were.
Right as
presumably.
Komori's walking back.
Oh, how did that go?
You're muted, honey.
I am not saying a word.
Kenny's muted. Check it off of your
No.
bingo board. But how's, like, I'm assuming Komori's look is, like, dark.
Yeah, she's not exactly happy.
Ah.
And just like, it's like, Nyx is just fully intent that we should just bring him back. And that's all she says as she just goes past you. But on the plus side, you know it's something you didn't do now.
If you're looking at him a little more now, or is she just kind of like in her own head?
I mean, Komori's a little in her head at the moment, but she just like she will tell you just like Nyx just believes we're just stealing him away from his family. So I tried to apologize, and yeah.
Okay. He'll go find Nyx.
Okay. Easy enough.
Hello?
What's up, my main squeeze?
You're flirting with me now. That means something's really wrong here.
Nah, I'm over it.
Why? I mean, besides obviously them making a decision and not discussing it with us, why did that upset you so much?
Well, like I told Komori, I just have, although I have disbelief in my mind, I have hope in my heart that wherever my family is, they miss me.
Do you if you're like paying attention to him, he has such a face of like confliction and thought, and it's almost like he's half talking to himself. But he also seems like he's like really trying to like understand you in this moment. He looks very, very serious, if that makes sense. Do you have any markings on your body from... Do you not remember your family, Nyx, actually? First question. I just realized.
Nope. To my knowledge, I was left in a village.
And did that village... people in those village love and care for you?
I don't know. Maybe.
You not remember?
It's just kind of 50-50. I was kind of a gnat, if you will, for a while.
A gnat?
You know, like an annoying little bug.
Yes. So you've never really had the concept of family, right?
I've never, I mean, I have a concept, but I've never, no, experienced one, no, not really.
Okay. Real family isn't... Does real family leave permanent scars, vicious scars on you? On your body?
I'm sure sometimes.
I asked the boy because I didn't want to just take him at his word. Because I didn't think we should take him either. He said that... He kind of swallows. I think you should ask him yourself, actually. But...
I mean, spit it out, man. He's a kid. Just tell me what he said.
It seems like it's harder for him, not because he's trying to be delicate with you, but because he's unsure himself. He's got wounds like an enemy hurt him. And when I asked him truly, he said that he had ran away for some time, and when it came back, his parents didn't care, and that he's met another tribe before, and that's when he realized that the family, his clan that he was with, were not a family at all, because they acted like a family, not the one he was born in. And so he left.
Okay, but they're barbarians, Rivasi.
Yeah, the barbarians, but like...
My point isn't that he's treated well there. My point is that the family may love him whether we think he's treated well or not. And is that fair to take him away from them? I mean, maybe you can correct the behavior. Maybe you can't. I don't know how this tribe is ran. I don't know how these barbarians act. I'm not one. But if they treat him the way they do because that's how their tribe works, you know what I mean? Like, it, like, if they are a strongest survives tribe, is it not loving for the family to be as ruthless with each other as possible to make sure they survive?
I'm not disagreeing with that, actually. It's the fact that he left once, and they didn't care that he was gone.
I mean, but do we know they didn't care, or did he leave and people do that all the time because they're a barbarian, animalistic tribe, and that's kind of what animals do. They disappear sometimes when they're left in the wilderness, and then they come back. I mean, the decision is made. Like, I'm obviously not changing. I don't know, you're like on the fence, but the other two are clearly, I mean, I just doubt they're changing their mind. I don't really care. I'm just not going to interact with this kid too much because I just don't want any part of that. And I could be totally wrong, but in the case that I'm not wrong, I don't want any part of it.
Okay.
And like, I'm not gonna be mean to the kid or anything. Like, when I say not interact, I just mean like I'm not gonna teach him. I'm not gonna act like I'm his family, because I will feel disgusting because I don't know what his family really thinks.
Well, if he doesn't view them as his family anymore, doesn't that make him not
Every
family?
teenager ever? Yeah, it does.
I didn't go through that.
You're special, I think.
Yeah, I'm told it every day of my life.
I know, I nailed you the other night, remember? That was crazy.
Oh,
Yikes.
No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know, I'm not mad. Like, I just don't want to be part of pretending like we're his family.
I didn't think
'Cause-
that we were pretending that. I thought,
Oh, well, I mean, what do you think the young kid is gonna think this is? If you're a young kid and you run away from your family and this new group picks you up and starts treating you like their family, you're gonna latch onto them as family.
are we
It's just-
treating him like family?
Come on. I mean, you might not. I'm certainly not. But the other two, forget about it.
But wouldn't you want that, Nyx?
Would I want to be treated like family? Mine abandoned me. It's a totally different situation than if I ran away from mine.
But wouldn't you want to be treated by family, by others?
I know, but I think my main point is being missed. Nobody is taking into consideration his family. That party in this whole transaction is being completely and totally ignored. And I don't think that's fair to a group of people we don't know anything about.
Yes, but I think we do know some about them.
Okay, we know a little bit about them, but don't intentions matter?
Yes. Yes, intentions do matter. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, okay?
I get it. You're a little unlikely to commit to one side or the other, and that's okay.
No, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why he hates his family.
Well, I'll pose to you two possible answers. One, his family really is cruel and does not care about him. Two, he's a big old softy and doesn't understand what they're trying to do, which is make sure he can survive.
I mean, he can survive.
Sure, but I mean, who got him there? His family that was ruthless, and she air quotes that. They've made him strong enough to survive out here as a preteen or whatever he is.
Is that what you think your parents did for you when they abandoned you?
No, his family taught him and molded him, at least in one way or another. As far as I'm aware, I don't have any memories of them whatsoever. The earliest memory I have is, honestly, the first memory I have is village elder telling me he's not my dad. So that was kind of awkward, and that's not a great first memory, but it's what I got.
I love Nyx. It's kind of awkward. 3-year-old Nyx.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know if we could even find his family or even bring him to his family. He threatened several times to run away if we even attempted to.
Sure, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not upset at them. They can be upset at me. I hope everybody is aware I do not care how you feel or think about me. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna try as hard as I can to make sure that kid doesn't think I'm his family. Not in a mean way, just in a very point of fact kind of way.
Okay. I don't think that's what Komori understood, by the way.
Well, Komori instantly got mad when she came out here. So,
Well, were you being you?
I mean, hard not to be, but also she gave me a little sob story, and I just don't care. Like, unless you're actively dying, someone's got it worse than you. So, it's kind of like, why you give me a sob story?
Because it connects people? Makes them feel empathy?
No.
Right? That's a thing, right?
I think it makes you feel sympathy. Empathy is more of understanding, and you can do that without feelings. Which I have feelings, don't get me wrong. They're just way in there. Way in there.
So you did lie to me that first night. You said you had no feelings.
I meant no feelings for you.
But no, you should... Anyway. This has been enlightening, I think.
Happy to help.
He's gonna walk back in. Zari really said, here's a complicated situation and a child to 4 people who have really fucked up and bad concepts of what family is.
In my defense, this was a possible encounter, and based on the pathing, you ran into it, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cute, and then I did not put 2 and 2 together of how emotionally it would fuck all of you up, and I'm here for it. Or I could just be all, yep, it was intentional, you're welcome.
Right.
I'm gonna enter in, I'm gonna look at Komori, and I'm just gonna very simply say, Nyx is fine with the kid coming. She just doesn't want to pretend that she's his family.
Yeah, I figured.
Why does that hurt you?
I was more just getting frustrated because it sounded like it was just like... Basically, I guess I was just feeling like everything about me was just being invalidated right there. So, you'd think I would have been used to it, but, still sucks sometimes. And I got a lot more empathy for kids than others.
Kids haven't grown out of fairness. That's what I like.
Yeah, I know. I have limited selection of memories, and I just remember having to fight on the streets for every little thing I could get. Before, this. And she'll just put her hand on her chest. And I get it. I'm probably more closer to him now than I was when I was a kid in that case, but that shouldn't make that seem any less relevant,
Huh. Well,
So,
is the kid
Sorry,
clean enough to not immediately give the rest of us fleas?
I've done a comb through.
Well then, I packed what he wanted, so...
All right, I'll carry it.
He'll walk up to you, Komori, and kind of like tug on your wrist and go, "Sad?"
She's just gonna smile a little bit and just go, "It's all right. It's okay."
He nods, like very determined. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Like I said, I just need to cool off is all.
As you set off for the it's like midday, maybe, and continue along the way towards, Morger's Mound. You're traveling along, not necessarily a road, but kind of like a little bit of a pathway now. And in between some of the hills as you're getting closer and closer, to Zyra, with your passive perception, you begin to feel a prickle in the back of your neck. And you feel Mipit kind of like sit up and turn and look up behind you.
Gotcha. I will turn my head around.
Yeah, you see very up high in the sky, kind of circling, is a black bird.
How big is it?
It's really hard to tell because it's very high up. And then you see several more kind of off in the distance approaching.
Eyes up, guys. We have something following us. Worst
What is
case.
it?
Oh, it's a bird. It's a black bird. Worst case scenario, it might be one of those dire ravens.
Wait, you mean one of the what? You mean one of the things that we saw where we were at the site?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a jump, but that's
If
worst.
it is, I mean, we should be all right. But no, we should try to keep our eyes on things.
Yep. Let's try and get some cover underneath any trees we can.
Right.
There's not really many trees in the area, but you guys kind of like tuck in between two hills and just wait for a moment. And yeah, it looks like there's about 5 birds that are gathering.
I don't have the best of instincts, but something tells me that probably the dire ravens, they have found us, and they are going to try to kill us. The gathering for a hunt. I'm gonna look at the kid. He should not be.
He puts away his knife and his sling slowly.
I'm just gonna go. No.
Where go? Go there, and he points kind of like around the hill, and you notice that there's like a little rock formation, and he goes, hide.
Hide.
Okay.
Yes.
He runs off, and Komori, you watch as he like tucks in between a couple rocks, and he like pulls twigs and branches over him.
Close enough.
And then his little like eyes are peeping out watching you.
Okay.
Okay. With that, your passive perception worked wonders. I just need you to know that. Like, that really, really helped. And so, you guys are a little bit ahead of things, but suddenly, as you're kind of like watching this, you hear a very definitive caw that you recognize, and very quickly one of them starts to get much, much bigger as it begins to dive towards you. The other 4 are following very closely behind. And quickly they bank, and one of them lands, and on the back of it is a very cruel looking older woman. She has like bones stuck in her hair and markings all along her skin. Her clothes is made of rough leathers with different bone attachments to it. And she has like a pendant around her neck that glows kind of a dark red color. And she looks at all of you and goes, "Stole. You stole."
Komori is going to sit there for a moment and just bring out the charm.
No. Stole something bigger.
I'm going to put my hand behind my back.
She turns and looks directly at you, Ravasi.
Oh, great. Can I
Um,
help you? I think you might have gotten a little confused.
She points at you and she just goes, "Stole."
That tells me nothing. Stole what?
She will jump off the raven and begin to like walk towards you. I think this is a great place to put you guys on a map.
Oh.
So this is just a generic map. You guys can place yourself wherever you would want. This is kind of the path that you are following. Your little old friend is hiding over here. Here, I'll put him over here. He's got a little
No.
token now.
No, don't put him on the map.
Why
That means
not?
he can get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What?
Can you blow up his
You-
token?
Oh!
You gave me a small child to love.
Look at him. He's so cute.
He's adorable. I love him.
Except he has barriers. I could not. I can't draw and I couldn't find anything, so.
That's valid. Be free.
That's
you can
fine.
stop adding so many were-ravens, DM.
No.
You can stop adding more were-ravens, DM.
No.
That's enough. That's enough slices.
Okay, let me just quickly add these. There's 2 on this one. There's 1 on this one. Here, and there's 2 over here. Alrighty, you guys are not in combat yet. But the lady is real aggressive, and she jumps down off the were-raven, and she begins to stride towards you, Ravasi.
I am slipping the ring off and dropping it very subtly into my bag before putting my hands up in sort of like a not quite like a surrender position, but more sort of like that, like open, I'm not here to be harmful. Look at me, so weak, so innocent, so not fight worthy.
As you do, she reaches out and she grabs your wrist.
Ow, okay.
And
Someone's a little aggressive.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ouchie.
Oh.
I'm not good at those. How's a 14?
A 14 does save. You feel just like horrible magic. Your blood boils. You don't like it. Something around your chest tightens. You feel like momentarily like you need to throw up. And then you just feel like a throb through you and you shrug it off. And she growls and barks out an order that you guys can't understand anymore, and everyone immediately gets on the offensive. So, if you would, go ahead and roll me some initiatives, please and thank you.
I didn't even get to try to lie to her. Sad.
No, she can tell. She has magic.
Oh no.
Oh no. These
Okay.
initiatives are absolutely shit.
Okay. I think I have rolled. Ooh, holy crap! Look at that net 20. Think I have rolled initiative for all my guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alrighty. With that, we are going to get some more intensive music going. as you guys are launching into initiative. So she barks out an order, and you immediately you watch as all of these, she seems to be the leader of all these people, and Komori, as you're looking at them, you can see some of them have almost beak-like structures that kind of match the ravens, and others seem to have, like, feathers that are coming off of their skin. They seem to be some sort of weird raven experiments, for lack of a better term, knowing what you know. So,
Oh.
yep, so these ones are hopping over here. This one is going to jump down and kind of walk forward. This one's going to stay on, and this one is also going to run forward, and they are going to just straight up try to attack you all. So, let me just make sure. Okay. So, Ravasi, she got her attack off on you, because she just immediately went for the aggressiveness, because that's who she is as a person. But this other one is going to attack you. He does have advantage as he brings out his spear and tries to poke you. With a 21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
I do not have big armor,
just 6 piercing.
Okay.
And then one more to Komori and one to Zyra.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do Komori first. That is a 19 to hit for 3 piercing.
Yep, that hits.
And then to Zyra, 14 I think misses you.
That just hits.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no one.
Real quick, did we have like a long rest after all this?
You guys have had a long rest.
This is like day 9 afterwards. We've had many.
Because I just sat there and I looked, I had 17 HP. I'm like, oh.
No, hit the long rest button, please.
Yup. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool, thank you.
Okay. To Zyra, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna shield this.
Okay. So you go ahead as the arcane shield comes up. Nyx, you have 2 that are coming at you. Oh, I think I hit that too many times. I did. I will take the first 2. So a 13, and then does an 18 hit you?
18 does.
Okay, so 7 piercing damage. As one of the misses, you manage to, like, catch its spear on your scythe, and then the other one slides its spear kind of in the opening. They seem to be very adept at working together. Okay, that is their turn as they're rushing at you. The ravens are kind of listening to a hold. They are told to hold, and they're listening, so they are not going to do anything at the moment, but they seem to be ready. Oh my gosh, you guys rolled so bad! Oh no! Okay.
Don't worry about it, DM.
The shaman, yeah, that's...
Woman still got my wrist.
She does still have your wrist, and what she does is when she growls something in a language you don't understand when the bestow curse does not work. And
I still technically have comprehend languages up, I think.
no, how long does it last?
An hour.
It's at the tail end of it. She's essentially calling the spirits of barbarians past at this moment. And she's also calling the spirits of the sacrifices that the tribe has made. You hear like a term about sacrifices. As you watch as spirits begin to like come out of her pendant and fly around her. So she now has a spirit guardians.
Oh, that's really bad.
Let me put a radius on her so that y'all can see. I think it's 15 feet. I promptly forgot. I just looked at it. Okay. Let me just check that that's 15 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So everybody, you are first entering the turn in there, so go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw if you are in the little yellow circle.
And I have advantage on this. 20. 27.
Circle, it's all of us.
Oh, let me roll for.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
tell you that Mipit is probably going to disappear here.
Yeah, she's got like 3 HP.
Yeah, she's gone. Sorry. Okay, so did everybody roll that wisdom saving throw?
Yup, natty 1.
Okay, so Nyx, you just fail. Everybody else, Kimura, you fail too. So both of you take 18 necrotic damage. The other two, you take 9 necrotic damage. As you start to hear screams of these spirits in your ears. Okay, Nyx, what are you doing?
Nyx will Hexblades curse her with her bonus action and attack her twice.
Okay.
A 19.
19 does hit.
That is that is 11 plus a 3, 14 damage.
Okay.
And a 20.
20 does hit.
17 damage.
Okay. Immediately you watch as Nyx, you cleave into her twice, and she's already not looking so great, and immediately the aura goes down.
Very nice.
Okay.
That's all I'll do.
Okay, Tazira, what are you doing?
I am 3rd level casting Hold Person on her and the dude to my immediate left.
Okay. Hell yeah. That's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
If it's a DC 16, if she passes, I'm going to not want her with my portent.
No, she fails.
Beautiful. I don't need to waste my not one then.
Okay, so these two are now paralyzed.
Beautiful. I am then going to skedaddle because 1 opportunity attack is way better than 2.
Yup,
So
and since they are incapacitated, they do not get pack tactics, so 13 misses you.
Beautiful, and I'm going to skedaddle over to here. And then I'm going to bonus action take the form of the dragon as a draconic constellation appears onto Zyra's skin.
Okay. Kamori, what are you doing?
Oh, and you said it looks like they weren't natural. They more so seem more like, in this case, experimented on like I was.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the energy that you get. And you didn't really investigate Orok too much, but it's hard to tell whether or not they've been experimented on. It's hard to tell that you've been experimented on. But
Oh, okay.
you more get the sense that they have a lot of these animalistic tendencies that are different from, like, being a were creature.
Okay.
Like you.
I think in that case, what I'm thinking I want to do is, Komori's just going to go, you all need to stand down. And as she's going to rage and turn into her bestial form, but she wants to use this as a way of not just showing that, like, maybe she's similar to them, but also as a, God forbid, I know I'm gonna suck at this, but as a means of intimidation to get them into maybe calming down a bit.
I will let you use your strength as an intimidation check. In this case.
Okay. I'm good with that then. So yeah, bonus action for rage, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, let's give it a whirl. Okay, it's not the worst, but 14.
You see the ones in front of you kind of like his friend gets paralyzed. He's looking at you and he's a little fearful. And you like the birds behind kind of like flutter and look a little nervous, are shifting a bit on their feet, but the rest of them kind of are they're standing foot.
And she's just going to go, "We don't want to hurt you, but I will make an example of you if I must."
What are you doing?
She is actually going to, in this case, that's the thing. She is actually, just to prove her point, she is going to want to try and step away. So go here. The first one here would get an AOO.
He's paralyzed.
Oh. How about the other one?
Action.
Let's find out.
Already used reaction.
Fair enough. And is going to walk over here because she wants to literally just be able to get between the main one and Ravasi and just go.
I'll let you shove Ravasi back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to be like.
Well, she's also paralyzed.
Yeah,
so.
that's the reason why. She's paralyzed.
Oh.
And he still is within line of attacking. So
And she's going to go to the main one and just go, "Call them off, and we can talk."
She's paralyzed right now.
She can still speak. And she wants to get very up close and personal in her space when she does this.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Are you using your action or do you want to hold an action?
I want to hold an action as more or less to use an account, basically do an attack if it comes down to it.
Okay.
Just to be like I'm doing this, but in a way of being I'm doing this more defensively than offensively. And specifically, I want to use my tail for the sake of things.
Okay. Sounds good. I will keep that in mind, and depending on how things go, we will resolve that held action. Ravasi.
Do these people look at all like they're about to stand down?
Make an insight check.
I'm very good at those. Not go through? Thinking about it. Ha!
Oh.
4.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot tell at all. The birds have not attacked yet.
Alright then, I will... I will use this time to cast Mage Armor on myself then.
Okay. You've cast Mage Armor. Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'm just going to go, "I hope you know what you're doing, Kamori," and I'm going to Bardic inspire her.
Thank you.
Sarcastic Bardic inspiration ever.
It's on brand though.
Okay. Okay. It is now their turn. This one next to you, Kamori, whistles and barks out something. And you watch as this one kind of runs forward and is going to use his action to try to drag the shaman away from you. Are you doing anything at all? Kamori?
Oh, yep. I'm just in character. I think she's just going to go. "We take, but only for greater good. survival of all.
Okay. So you are letting him pull her away from you.
I'm trying. This is Komori's attempt to show mercy one time.
Okay.
You're doing a bang up job of it, buddy.
It's if this was a Telltale game, there would be a note in the corner of it. The shaman will remember this.
Yeah. Yep, we will see. This one is going to take this guy and kind of toss him on the back of this were-raven, and then is going to stand in front of him. And guard, so take the dodge action. And as soon as this one's out of your way, Komori, this one's going to... Yeah, he's gonna circle around and he's gonna attack you. So, that's a 13 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. Are you expending your held action?
I want to do a non-lethal tail attack to just knock him around and just go, I said stand down!
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack. Yup, go ahead and roll damage.
And I want to specify
Non-lethal.
I'm trying to do yes.
Yes.
I have to make sure I have to toggle the non-lethal on.
Yep, tog your non-lethal. He...
and with the rage, 12 bludgeoning.
Oh, okay, yeah, he immediately drops like a stone unconscious. Okay. Oh, I used the same. Here, he'll be yellow. He is immediately unconscious. Nyx, these two are going to attack you. That is a 21 and a 22 to hit.
Yep.
For a total of 10 piercing between the two.
I'll hellish rebuke the first one that hit me.
Okay.
So they make a dex save.
Cool. That is a 16?
It is an inferno for sure.
It is an inferno, and as the inferno comes away, he is a very crispy dead tribal warrior. Okay. Tzyra, you off in the distance hear a howl.
Oh, great.
Guys, the werewolves aren't too far behind.
You think they had fucking trackers on the items?
Probably. We need to handle this quick.
Okay. With
They're
that,
talking.
with that, the ravens are going to kind of get in here, and attempt to attack. This one is going to stand here and stand guard, and this one will fly over to you, Tzyra. Okay, so Tzyra, to you first, that's an 11 and an 18.
18 hits.
11 slashing. Nyx, to you, that is going to be a 18 and... Ooh, I crit! A 24.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Okay. So then that is 18 plus 5 is 23 damage.
Down.
You're down?
Yep.
Okay. Nyx drops like a stone too, unconscious.
Oh, no.
Komori, this one is coming to you.
Which one, the raven?
The raven. Does a 16 hit you?
With my old AC, it would, but not anymore.
Hey, okay, then both miss.
Thank you for the charm.
You dodge the beaks and the talons of these creatures as they are lashing out at you. Okay, she is paralyzed at the end of her turn. Oh wait, Tzyra, do you still have concentration?
Oh, shoot. I need to roll that, but I treat anything under a 9 as a 10. So, 10 and 11. I am good.
Okay, sounds good. She is going to roll at the end of her turn a wisdom saving throw. And fails.
Beautiful.
Okay, Nyx, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw. First death saving throw is a pass. Okay.
Okay.
To Zyra, what are you gonna do?
I don't like this. I don't like not healing Nyx, but I have bigger priorities at this current moment. I am going to throw a 3rd level ice knife at the shaman.
Okay.
Nice.
Does that hit?
An 11. You know what I'm gonna do? An 11 misses her, but the Raven does step in between you two because he was holding his action to protect. And so he will actually take the brunt of the hit, and 11 does hit him.
Gotcha.
Damn.
But everybody in 5 feet anyways is gonna take... Damn.
Oh, that hurts.
Okay.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
She
That hurt.
is barely hanging on, and the other guy looks bloodied.
Get out of here or we will kill you all. We're doing stuff for the betterment of the world. Get with it or get out of the way.
Damn.
Anything
And
else?
question, you rule it that I can only cast question. If I have a bonus action, I can only cast 1 leveled spell in a turn, correct?
Correct. I play by traditional rules now, unfortunately for you guys. Sorry.
All good, no worries. Alrighty. Is there anything I can do with my bonus action? No, I will just stand here and look at this raven terrified.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kamori.
Oh boy.
What are you doing?
I am going to basically let out a defiant roar. And because because Nyx is
pull off, guys.
Non-lethal?
maybe not quite.
Okay. Okay.
They actively knocked down Nyx.
Well, considering Nyx is actively knocked down, would I be able to, since the tail does have the reach property and everything, would I be able to basically go through without giving a bump to this person's AC?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start off with 1 attack, because apparently I accidentally knocked the okay.
Okay, 25 hits.
Alright. And 9 bludge.
Okay.
Non-lethal.
Okay. He is barely hanging on.
And she's just gonna go one more time. For end of giants, we take.
Okay.
Because apparently it's the only way they might understand. And then I'm going to literally just do a tail swipe at the raven here
Okay.
to get it to bugger off.
23 hits.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Okay, 6 bludgeoning damage. Anything else you would like to do, Kamori?
Unfortunately, my bonus action economy is rather dry.
As you
So
swing
that
your
is
tail around
all gonna
twice,
be-
smacking into both of them. Ravasi, what are you doing?
Unsure. Fuck it. He is going to
What are you doing?
he's going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
These would be at disadvantage, correct?
Why?
Because it's a ranged spell attack and he's within 5 feet of an enemy.
Oh, just this one. The other ones
Yeah.
would be fine.
No, since I'm casting them, Aren't all ranged spell attacks at disadvantage if I'm within 5 feet of an enemy?
I never read the rule that way. I have always read it as, like, if you're trying to shoot something within 5 feet of you, like, obviously that's at disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, things that are far away would be fine. I don't know. Shorty, how have you interpreted that?
I think it's everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
And that
we'll play raw,
changes-
I guess.
Then that changes what I want to do. Because he has good AoE and we need to take out the little fuckers. But Nyx is down.
What are you doing?
And he's starting to get a conscience, guys, okay?
Oh wow.
Holy shit.
I know, wow, so impressive. I mean, the answer should be nuclear, right? The answer...
When in doubt, go nuclear. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Do it! Do it!
Yeah, he's gonna look over at seeing everyone still attacking despite Komori's stuff, and he's gonna look over at the paralyzed shaman and go, should have taken the chance. I don't show mercy, and he will fireball.
Hell yeah!
Let's go!
Okay, so, roll your damage. No matter what, she's dead.
Okay, so it's gonna hit these 5. I just wanted to make sure that you were good with that.
Yeah.
I'd love to try to eke it out, but I think I'd clip people a little too much.
Yeah, you don't want to hit Nyx.
Nyx is, like, mostly unconscious. But Komori, it, like, brushes your tail.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
Adder fireball, so many ones.
Okay, want to hear something funny? This guy
What?
rolled a nat 1, or a nat 20, still dead.
This feels like the invincible me of just like, I thought you were stronger.
The bird dies. This one succeeds. What's half of 23? That's 11. Oh, barely hanging on, but alive. But yeah, you killed, like, all of them.
This poor dude's fried.
Oh yeah, this guy's dead. He was unconscious, so he's dead now. Okay.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm just gonna look at Komori and go, I think we're gonna have to kill these fuckers.
And
I
at that
appreci-
point, it's just like, she just sort of just like, she does a partial shrug.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
like, oh well, I tried.
It's just like, well, at least I tried.
Okay, with that, Tazira, once again, you hear the howl, and it's...
Wait.
Oh, go
wait,
ahead,
really
go ahead,
quick.
go ahead.
And then I am going to, break inspiration Nyx, because I technically think she can use it on death saving throw.
You know... Oh gosh, I need to think about if I'm gonna allow that or not.
Because it's technically a saving throw.
Okay,
Yep.
here's the deal. I will allow it for saving throws. We are playing with death rules. I will not allow it for the rolls for death rules.
Oh, that totally makes sense. That's something different.
Okay. Okay, so I will allow it, although I will remind you, you can, feed her a potion as a bonus action, if you would
I
like.
have no potions, DM.
Just kidding. I forgot
If
that you
I
have no
had-
potions.
I, in fact, have, 0... We have no potions of healing in this party, I think.
I thought I gave you a few.
Do we?
I have one.
I got a greater.
Holy shit, guys! I have 0. He's just raw dogging it like nothing, like everything crazy.
You've only had a few that have like popped up.
Okay, no, we have 2 potions, regular potions of healing in the loot channel. Then fuck it, he's going to shove a potion down her throat as a bonus action instead of.
Okay.
I didn't.
You
I was like I have nothing to heal him with, so good luck.
No, you would know that Nyx has one. It was
Okay, yeah.
just I mean, it was like 3 weeks ago, but yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna yank it out of her pouch and shove it down her gullet.
go for it. Go ahead and roll. You have to roll for a bonus action.
It's what, 2d4 plus what
2.
again? 2?
Yep. 5
5.
HP.
Mine's a greater. It's 44 plus 4.
Oh.
Oh,
If you
shit.
took the one for me, it's a greater.
yes, I did. Okay, then it's 40. Can I re-roll 44, DM?
You can just add 2 more.
Yeah, but
It's
then I could
44.
potentially roll better.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, you can reroll. I don't care.
It's worse.
Okay, so you come back with 11 HP, Nyx.
I'm looking over. I'm like kneeling next to you, and I go, "You missed it. I was very cool."
Doesn't look like it.
If you look up, like right next to you, there's just a circle of just charred grass.
With a very charred bird in the middle of it, coughing out smoke and a feather.
And everything else dead.
Okay. With that, it is their turn. You hear howls closer to Zyra. And you watch as the bird looks nervous, as well as these guys look nervous. And this one barks out an order, and he is going to disengage, and run to the almost dead bird.
No, he's not.
What do you mean?
AOO?
You took... He's gonna disengage.
Oh, he disengaged. That's right.
Yeah.
Enforced movement.
Beans.
And then they will board the birds. This one holding his paralyzed buddy. And you... I'm gonna do something really funny. I'm so sorry. Let's just
Are
see.
you, though?
Let's just see if this happens. Oh my god, he crit! Out of nowhere, you guys see a rock appear, smack this bird in the head. It was just enough to kill it.
What?
I,
My boy!
I shit
And
you
suddenly,
not.
a rock appears.
Yeah, I shit you not. He slung a rock and killed the bird. The bird had 4
Holy
HP
shit.
left, and he crit and got 7 HP.
That's too good. He's too OP. We have to nerf him.
Was that the child?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he disobeyed. I mean, you can't see him still.
Yes,
He's still
but no.
hiding. And these guys, on their turn, the birds will disengage and are going to withdraw. Okay, so, unless any of you have something that you can do, or if you would like to continue to attack them as they attempt to flee.
No, I would say at this point it's just like we need to go
Yep.
now.
What are you talking about? We can't outrun the werewolves right now.
You're not wrong. I wanna search the shaman's body.
Well, I actually feel pretty good about this.
About
He
where?
healed-
Well,
Maybe
the
he healed
people
a
we
little bit
stole
more.
from are running from the werewolves. Originally, we thought we stole from the werewolves.
Oh, I get some temp HP. Sometimes I forget about this.
Cast Cure Wounds on myself.
So as you guys are saying that, you actually look out, you hear a squeak. As you are all, you can take 1 round, yes. And you're kind of bearing down, and you hear a squeak. and you look over, and Obak is being held by the scruff of his neck by a werewolf, who's standing there. She has kind of gray fur, and she seems to be wearing something on top of her head, even though she's actively in full wolf form. And she's staring at all of you, and you begin to hear yourselves being surrounded from behind. And she just kind of looks at you all and goes, "Why do you have one of ours?"
I thought y'all said he was a bear child. Excuse me. Hello.
Are you talking about Orok there?
Yes.
His family was cruel. He wanted to come with us. We want to find somewhere safe for him. Are you somewhere safe?
Ravasi starts laughing like that, just like, what?
She kind of like grins a little wildly at you all and goes, "It depends." And you actually watch as a kind of more tanned, furred werewolf goes, "Hey, isn't that the kid who was hanging out with me last time?" And you watch Obak turn and like waves. He's like dangling and he like waves at him. All right. Let's talk this out like civilized folk quickly.
I think at this point when she says that, Komori, even though she's like in a full bestial form, is going to just end her rage and reduce and just goes, "Well, that's what we were trying to do with them before."
And you attacked us in the past. We're giving you the real benefit of the doubt here.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. Who attacked you?
You.
When?
When we were chasing you back near our...
Okay, hold on. First off, clearly something wrong with that statement. You're chasing us, but we attacked you. Secondly, I don't recall any of us attacking anybody.
Someone cast a spell and made the other attack me.
Who did?
She glares at you.
Sounds
Now,
like you believe in some serious hocus pocus, ma'am.
I'm sorry, why were you even chasing us in the first place?
now, hold on here. The kind of tan-skinned man, like, kind of steps forward a little bit and steps in between you guys. You'll have to forgive my good friend Envir back there. She's a little aggressive, as she should be, as, you know, leader of our pack. But we were...
And Komori will just be understandable.
We were following you because you were sniffing around our burial grounds. And then we were tracking the ravens. Oh god, I forget what they're called. Are they just called the Raven Clan? What are they called?
Probably. Don't worry about it, DM.
The Black Raven Clan. We were following them because we knew that if they were chasing you, then it was going to be bad.
Wait,
Okay, so you
so
run
you're
up on a
saying
group of
they
people
were
like
following
werewolves.
We were
Well,
trying
obviously
to...
we stole from them.
His head snaps. You stole from us?
No, we stole from the ravens. And I point to Komori. She has some kind of signet or something.
So you stole from the Raven Clan, and that's why you were at the burial grounds.
Indeed, we needed their source of power. I'm sure you know of the giant problem.
One of the werewolf kind of in the back over here spits. Yeah, the giants have been giving us problems, especially the stone giants and the hill giants.
There has been a breaking of the Ordning, and we are needing to collect different items in order to reshape it. It is a long and dangerous task, but I believe with a bit of luck and a bit of fate, we can make it.
All right. The woman in the back, the guy called her Envir, drops Ubak, and he kind of like rushes forward, and he like stands like kind of in between you guys, like he's not sure who to go to at the moment. Well, if you stole from them, that's obviously why they were tracking you. We were just curious what you were doing at our mound. Did not mean to scare you off, although you were around our burial guards at night, and we couldn't help ourselves.
Yeah, that's a crazy way to try and not scare someone off.
We were running to you to have a conversation, and you ran off.
Yeah, running is the key word there. You walk to people when you're normal.
Don't pretend like you haven't tried to scare the shit out of people, Nix.
No, I do, but they said they were trying not to scare us whilst running at us as werewolves. I'm just calling out crazy shit, okay? If y'all don't want me to call it crazy shit anymore, I'll fucking stop.
The guy raises his hand. We were kind of just approaching fast, and then we slowed down, and then you all took off when you heard us, which I guess is fair.
Wolf calls at night.
Sir.
Regardless, no, we're not looking to fight. We actually were trying, Komori here was actually trying to, get a peaceful resolution with the, he's looking at the charred body of the chiefess, but they were not willing to negotiate.
No, they're cruel. They've sacrificed many of our pups, as well as others.
Anyways, I have a question that is just crazy town. I thought this boy was like a Bear Clan guy. Did I misunderstand this?
No, he's part of the Bear Clan.
Do you know the Bear Clan?
The guy shrugs a little bit, and Envir in the back goes, like, kind of hisses. They're cruel. We've traded with them several times. Asked for information. Don't associate anymore.
Gonna look over at Nix.
I mean, I don't care. I don't regret anything I said. Like I said, we didn't know anything. This
No,
is new information.
No, this is Ravasi. This is not Ravasi judging. This is Ravasi trying to, like... Ravasi's trying to understand, and, like... is trying to understand, like, how you process and deal with new information like this. This is not a judgment, this is an observation.
Okay, Nix won't say that. Okay, so what? Y'all have taken in this boy?
No. Does he need to be taken in?
I don't know. You said we had one of your own, so usually that means you've taken him in or he was always part of it, right?
I meant one of the barbarians.
Well, if you don't associate with his clan, why would you claim him? I don't know. I'm just saying, weird way to phrase things. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it.
Either way, yes, he does. He has left the Bear Clan, and I am sure you know how hard winter is this far north. Or accept that wolf people treat their families truly like families.
The woman kind of steps forward, her face softening a little. We'd taken many, especially those who are inflicted. And she kind of, like, glances at you, Komori.
And Komori just goes, wait, afflicted?
She shifts, fully kind of back down, and you see a woman with fully silver hair. She's younger, though. And dressed in kind of like the similar skins and leathers, and multiple like beads and braids. She has a lot of braided cords on her. Our clan and those that we gather around us were afflicted by a disease, we'll call it, where we transform. There are were-creatures throughout Ilumelan, but ours were a little bit more aggressive. And so our clan, starting with the werewolves who originated, and we've been slowly collecting other were-creatures, our job is to maintain the balance. If there's a were-creature who's willy-nilly passing their disease on, we put them down. And if there's were-creatures who are rejected because of their affliction, we take them in.
I don't know. I can even say what I have is the same, but...
No, you seem much like the other clans, who are just different, animalistic. As far as I know, we were one of the first.
So the other ones have more or less been popping up.
Since, correct.
Well, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
It should make you feel better, I suppose. You're not the only one. Although, I haven't heard of any clans that take after sea creatures.
Well, I kind of take after a number of them.
Interesting. I haven't heard of anyone who takes after multiple creatures. Usually it's a group of people who were infected, is how we've been describing it.
Yeah, so frankly, I don't know. The only thing I can maybe allude to things is I remember a lot of experimentation. That's a lot of what I remember. So maybe that's why these are all popping up.
Her face softens. I'm so sorry that that's all you remember. She'll actually kind of like step forward. Now you guys are like having a full-on conversation.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you lost your memories. Although I am a little jealous to an extent. I remember everything.
You were experimented on?
Yes, many years ago.
By who?
There's a drow necromancer. I believe she's cavorting with giants now.
Zara does that physically.
Oh.
Lily.
Yes, Lilith. There's
Wait, what?
other people who were involved, obviously. And the man who most of the clans now worship as a god who passed was involved as well. But in the end, he turned on Lilith, his sister, and saved and freed many of us. And so after his passing, they worship him like a god.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who is he?
I just want to know, now that we've had a chance to talk, what do their souls look like? Are they similar to Komori's in, like, the sense of, like, corrupted?
Yes.
In the same way, or a similar enough way that I would be like, yeah, same. It's kind of like how certain gods have the same imprint on
Yeah,
people?
I would say so. Theirs seems to be a little bit more innate, more shifting. You see a bit of a tie of a different nature, but as she was kind of saying, and actually as you look at your little friend over there, he looks closer to Komori than the werewolves do. But you would guess, and the Black Raven clan does as well. So you would guess that the werewolves just have like a little bit of a different essence. But they're very, very close.
I'm not like I'm more asking if the way that Komori's soul has been rotted and twisted.
Yes, absolutely yes.
If it's the same imprint
Yes.
as the werewolves.
Absolutely yes.
Okay, then. Cool.
But Uthgar, that's what we take our name after. Many in the area call us Uthgar Barbarians.
Huh.
The other tribes revere him as essentially a god. We more just cherish him as someone who, in the end, freed us.
I think that's probably the better way of going about it.
She nods.
After a couple moments, I'm gonna connect to her head and just go, "Hi there." Small one in the back. They're running.
She doesn't flinch, but you see her ear twitch.
Just want to let you know, I didn't tell you this immediately because I didn't want you to hurt us, but you seem pretty cool. We also took the bone under your altar. If we can give it back at any point, I'll see if we can. Thanks.
You see a little bit of a wry smile, and she kind of just says back in her head, "You said it's for the good of Ilumelan."
Yes.
Well, we don't believe that it powers our altar. It was more of... The old leader believed it did. She just kind of grimaces a little bit. You can keep it.
Gotcha. Cool beans. Thank you for being so understanding. You're awesome.
She grins. And it's a little scary.
Okay. Well then, it sounds like you have any more questions that need to be stated?
Well, now we know who you are and why you were poking around our burial grounds, I suppose. And thank you for killing the chiefess of the Black Raven tribe. I think it might be a good time for us to take them out fully, considering their actions in the past.
Yeah.
So I believe we will be gathering our forces and moving on them.
Have fun.
Entirely fair.
And you,
Best of luck.
good luck with your mission.
I'm gonna elbow Komori. Ask about the kid, Komori.
I'm getting... Look, it's... We were going to try and bring him somewhere safer, but if you would have him, at the very least.
York kind of, he introduced himself as York, the second hand, the other guy who was talking, with the blonde hair, and he kind of, like, gets down on the kid's level and goes, Orok, right? And he nods, and he starts speaking in the other language, you see him kind of, like, getting excited a little bit, and then he, like, looks conflicted and looks over at you guys and goes, choice? I have choice? Or dangerous?
Komori is gonna go over to Orok and kneel down to him and go, very dangerous.
I understand. Heard
But
you're talking.
new family.
York kind of, like, pats the kid on the head. We take in many.
I can tell he's a good kid. And I just didn't want him ending up something like me.
He kind of nods. Orok looks sad. When stronger, I come with?
She's gonna go, yes. And I try to visit when I can.
He will kind of run forward and hug you.
Oh.
There's a couple happy tears.
He will also go and hug you, Tazira. Thank you for braids.
Of course. And listen, one of these days, I'm going to learn a spell that's going to allow me to talk to you wherever I am in the world. So if you hear my voice again in your head, don't worry.
He grins and he nods.
You're smart, you're clever, you're fierce. You matter. You can make a change in this world. Don't forget that.
He looks like he's, like, taking notes in his head, and he's nodding along. He looks up at you, Nyx, and he just kind of waves.
I'll give him the old head nod.
And he looks at you, Ravasi, and goes, you don't want up.
I don't really do hugs.
He nods. And he does kind of like a bow thing.
Mm-hmm. He'll bow back.
And then he'll run over to York and kind of hug his leg a little bit. You're kind of getting the sense that this is a very affectionate kid. Who probably was not given a lot of affection.
I mean, hey, neither did really Komori, so...
Yeah. We'll take care of him.
Beautiful.
Sounds like you, where you're going, you don't want to take a training warrior, and he, like, jostles him with you.
What are you all called, by the way, if I may ask?
The Uthgar Barbarians. They said that.
The Uthgar Barbarians is kind of like the overarching of our people, of what...
Not to show my whole ass. I totally thought that was the whole group.
No, that's what a lot of Butherfold and Rosewick call those who have been changed, much like us.
Okay.
And what a lot of us call ourselves, considering Uthgar did save us. But our clan specifically, most of them go by a name that's similar to how they've been changed. The Black Bear clan, she gestures to Urok, and ours is the Grey Wolf clan because all of our leaders have been werewolves. But we have been slowly adding more that are not. We're the main unique group in that aspect. But we're also the only group who has were people.
Thank you.
I have been establishing a pretty decent relationship with the other clans of Vutherfold, so if you need to get letters and messages, they'll find us. Be a little more wary of the other clans. Some of them are as aggressive as the Black Raven clan, and ruthless as the Black Bear clan, and others are simply a collection of hurt people. But when someone's cornered and hurting, much like a cornered animal, they lash out. So just be cautious.
Thank you for the advice.
Yes, thank you
They
for
know.
everything.
Be careful. Morgar's Mound is a couple hours from here. That clan is long moved on and scattered to the wind, so they shouldn't accost you, but many do dig there. It was one of the first burial sites. And many an item can be found.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead.
oh, he was just very simply going to say, well, thank you for not coming claws blazing and immediately trying to kill us.
I saw you. I heard you attempt to reason with the Black Raven clan, so we figured.
I figured, I guess being a little like me, they'd be a little more likely to stand down if they knew it wasn't just regular folk, you know?
Keep that. Don't let this one bad interaction take that from you. Some of the clans are like that. And I'm sorry that you had the unfortunate reality of running into the Black Ravens. Some of them even revere Lilith as a sort of mother figure, if that tells you anything.
Well, I'm guessing that'd be the Black Ravens if I had to guess.
She nods. Well, York says, with that, I think we're several days from our home. Although we roam a bit, we will run our lap usual and kind of head back to our base.
Safe travels.
They all transform, and York kind of gets down so that Auroch can get on his back, and they take off.
Hell yeah. And Komori is just gonna go, I think that is enough emotional excitement for one day. Or night.
A week? Really?
A month.
And I think with that, as you guys are turning, walking into the sunset of Ilumelan as it begins to set over the kind of hills of the edge of the Forge Peak Mountains, is where we are going to end our session for the night. So, thank you to everybody who hung out. If you are hanging out on Twitch, stick around. We're gonna chat for a couple moments after, but if you are with us on YouTube, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Come hang out with us on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and we will catch you all in the next one. Bye!
Toodles!